Hello students, we are here for the online classes for the computer, and according to the syllabus I am going to discuss the first chapter, that is communication skills part 2. The second part denotes here that this is an extension from the chapter communication skills 1, which you have already studied in the class 9. So you all have an idea about the communication. So according to the chapter, I had divided this particular chapter into the 4 sections. All sections are written here. First one is communication and its types. Second one is feedback and its types. Third one is communication barriers. And the fourth one is writing skills. So now I am going to discuss the communication and its type. So actually, what is communication? When a person is communicating his ideas, his thoughts, his feelings to any other person, then this type of communication or this action is called communication. It means when a person is communicating in the terms of words, in the terms of gestures, in the term of body language to any other person, then this type of particular action is called communication. So in each and every communication, there are 2 points. First one is the sender and the second one is the receiver. The sender is ones who send the information and the receiver is ones who receives the information and the message that what the sender sent to the receiver. So as I am talking that we can convey our message with words or without words, with the help of body language, with the help of gestures, with the help of eye contact. So according to all these examples, I can say or we can broadly classify the communication in 3 types, that is verbal communication, non-verbal communication and visual communication. In the verbal communication, when we are communicating with the help of words, either in the form of oral or written, then this type of communication is called verbal communication. In this communication or in this type of communication, we usually spoken our feeling or thoughts, or we can convey our feeling or thoughts in the written form also. So when we are talking about the verbal communication, we will have to study about the main components about the verbal communication. There are all total 5 components of verbal communication. First one is listening, second one is language competency, third one is vocabulary, fourth one is general awareness, and the fifth one is domain knowledge. So now starting with the listening part. So as I told you earlier that in the communication there are two ends. First one is the sender and the second one is the receiver. So who is the receiver? Who listens our feelings, our thoughts, our topic which we are communicating. So the listening is a very important component of the verbal communication. Second one is language competency. Language competency is uh, about what we have knowledge about the language. In which language we are communicating, we will have the full command about that particular language. If we are talking in English, then we have knowledge about the English language, their grammars, their fluency. And if we are talking in Hindi, then we must know all the matters about the Hindi. Next is vocabulary. So what is vocabulary? Vocabulary is a set of words, a set of knowledge in a specific that particular context in which we are talking. General awareness. General awareness is all about that what is going in our surroundings. This is a simple knowledge that what we can gain from the news and the newspaper from our daily life. And the most important is domain knowledge. Domain means the area about which we are talking. If we don't have the perfect knowledge about our domain, about our area, then we are unable to convey our thoughts clearly. So the domain knowledge is another important component of the verbal communication. Next topic is the non-verbal communication. In the non-verbal communication, we are not using the words, neither in oral form nor in written form. So how we are communicating in non-verbal communication? In non-verbal communication, we send our message with the help of signals, through a non-verbal platform. What are the non-verbal platforms? Such as our eye contact, facial expression, gesture, posture, distance between two individuals, our appearance, our body language, the accessories which we are carrying. All these points are helps us to communicate our feeling without using the words. So the main components of the non-verbal communication are the in the given diagram there are very different type of components are written, but I am going to tell you some other components which are not mentioned here. You can go through the net or you can go through any YouTube video from which you can gather some more information. Now I am going to take some technical name which you should know. First one is kinesis. The term kinesis comes from the body language. This is the movement of our hand, eye contact, nodding of the head, the body posture. All these type of communication, non-verbal communication is including in the term kinesis. The second one is artifacts. The artifact is defined that how a person can communicate a lot with the help of his or her appearance, his or her clothes, what they are carrying, or the type of accessories he or she is carrying. When we are see any student in a very particular properly dressed up, then we already think that he or she is a good student. This is a common perception which we come any other's mind. The second one is proxemics. Proxemics refers to the distance when two persons are talking to each other. When we saw two persons talking to each other, the amount of distance they are maintaining tells a lot about their relationship. Next, second one is chronomics. So what is chronomics? Chronomics is a unit in which or according to which we can measure the time. If any particular person comes on the time, start his work on the time and end his work on the time, then there is a perception about him or her that he or she may be a punctual and a disciplined person. Next one is chromatics. Chromatics means the uses of color in our communication is called chromatics. I don't want to explain it more because we all know about the traffic signals. We are aware about the lights of the traffic signals. So according to their color, we are able to move on the road. Next one is haptics. Haptics refers to the amount of touch that what we can offer to our companion or our friend in the way to communicate our emotions to the others. And the next one is olfactics. Olfactics refers to the smell. From the smell, we can sense the food is good or bad, this particular fruit is good or bad, and many other things in the similar form. About non-verbal communication, some more important points about that, like tone of voice, the pitch, the blinking of the eyes are some other important points which you all know about all the things. After the non-verbal communication, there is a topic named visual communication. Visual communication is a complementary part of the non-verbal communication. When we are talking about non-verbal communication and we are talking about the gesture, body language, in all these type of gestures showing movement, the visual is playing a main important role. For example, there is a very common practice when we are going to any particular mall, any other places, and we want to use the washroom. We will go there and we can see that in the male's washroom there is a pic of a male puppet, and in the female washroom there is a pic of any female type of picture will be there. So visual communication, and during the chatting we send emojis, we send thumbs up, we send a sign of applause. So these all these are the example of the visual communication. Here are the few examples of visual communication. So that is all for today's lecture. And after going through this explanation, I am also sending a link or the link of any YouTube video where you can find the some more explanation about the verbal and non-verbal communication over there. So after finishing this particular session, you will have to make a note about the topic today's we have discussed. And after making the note, you will have to try to pick out the questions and you have to prepare their answers. There is no need to write the question and answer in your copy. And one more thing, due to the lockdown, you may be unable to find a new notebook from the market. So if you have any old notebook, or you have your own book of the notebook from the previous class 9th, so you can make your note in that particular copy also. And if you have any query, then do ask to me. Thank you.